Welcome to the ACA IELTS series.
Hey IELTS warriors! Welcome back to American Council Academia, where we turn your IELTS fears into top scores. If you're preparing for the IELTS in July 2025, this video is your goldmine. Direct hit. We're diving deep into the latest and most accurate predictions for writing Task 1, Task 2, and all three parts of the speaking section. Not only will you get the topics, but I'll also give you real sample questions, expert Band 9 answers, strategy breakdowns, and tips to help you score like a pro. So grab your notes and let's boost your score. Let's begin! In this video, we'll cover Real July 2025 Writing Task 1 and AMP, 2 predictions, Academic plus GT. High-frequency speaking topics and AMP, cue cards. Actual sample questions with Band 9 model answers. What makes a high-scoring versus low-scoring answer? Practical strategies to score 7+ or Band 9. Tips from examiners and repeated themes. Let's start with Writing Task 1, Academic. In Writing Task 1 for Academic IELTS, you'll likely see one of the following. A line graph, for example, employment rates from 2000 to 2025. A pie chart, like energy use in different countries. A bar chart, maybe tourist arrivals by region. Or a process diagram, such as booking a train ticket online. Let's look at a real sample question. The chart below shows the unemployment rate in Ireland and the number of people leaving the country between 1988 and 2008. Summarize the information. Here's what a wrong answer might look like. Too descriptive. In 1988 the rate was 10%. In 1990 it was 7%. No grouping of trends. Informal words like a lot or huge drop. Now here's the Band 9 strategy. Group years and trends logically. Use comparative language and passive voice. Include an overview sentence at the start. Here's a Band 9 intro. The line graph illustrates the changes in Ireland's unemployment rate and the number of immigrants from 1988 to 2008. Overall, both figures displayed a parallel trend with significant declines observed in the first decade, followed by gradual increases. Tips. Practice paraphrasing the question. Use linking words like, in contrast, meanwhile, similarly. Don't explain reasons, just describe the data. Let's move into Writing Task 1 for the General Training module. In this section, you'll be asked to write a letter in response to a specific situation. This could be a complaint, an invitation response, or a formal request. Here are the predicted letter types for July 2025. Complaining about poor service. Accepting or declining an invitation. Writing to a manager to report a problem. Let's look at a real-style sample question. You recently had your car repaired at a local garage, but you are not satisfied with the service. Write a letter to the manager. Now, to score Band 9, you must understand the expected structure and tone. Here's what a Band 9 answer must include. First, opening statement, begin with your purpose. I am writing to express my dissatisfaction with a recent service I received. Second, explain the problem clearly. What happened? When? What was promised? Third, make a polite request. What do you want the manager to do? A refund? A reservice? Fourth, close formally, sign off with. I look forward to your prompt response. A strong tone is also essential. Use formal and respectful language, even if you're complaining. Here's a quick template tip for your opening line. I am writing to inform you. I would like to draw your attention to. I hope this matter can be resolved promptly. Also remember, paragraphing is key. Break your letter into short, logical paragraphs so it reads professionally and clearly. Want extra polish? Use powerful connectors like furthermore, unfortunately, therefore, and I would appreciate if. So in summary, purpose, problem, polite request, closing. That's your Band 9 map to success in GT Writing Task 1. Alright, let's dive into Writing Task 2, one of the most important and challenging parts of the IELTS test. Whether you're taking the academic or general training module, the structure remains the same, a formal essay in response to a specific question. Now, for July 2025, based on recent trends and repeated questions from real student reports, here are the highly predicted topics. Technology and its impact on children. Health issues, such as banning unhealthy food. Education systems, for example, should schools teach current affairs? Environmental concerns, especially related to travel and pollution. Let's explore one of these predictions with a real-style Task 2 question. Some people think unhealthy food should be banned to improve public health. To what extent do you agree or disagree? A Band 6 answer might just repeat the idea without showing depth, like this. Unhealthy food is bad. People get sick. So it should be banned. It is not good for health. Clearly, this lacks opinion, structure, and vocabulary. Now let's look at how a Band 9 candidate would approach this. First, you need a clear thesis statement in your introduction. For example, I strongly agree that banning unhealthy food can significantly improve public health. Then, structure your essay into logical paragraphs. Body paragraph 1, talk about the rising health problems linked to junk food, obesity, diabetes, heart disease. Back it up with examples or research where possible. Body paragraph 2, focus on the government's role in protecting public health. Mention policies like sugar taxes or advertising restrictions. You can also argue that food bans worked in schools or public areas in some countries. Here's how your Band 9 introduction might sound. In recent years, the rising consumption of unhealthy food has become a major public health concern. While some argue that individuals should take responsibility for their dietary choices, I believe that banning such food items would be a far more effective and long-term solution. Want to make your essay stand out? Learn 10 universal linking phrases, like, on the other hand, in contrast, for instance, as a result, furthermore. Always back your argument with at least one real-world example. For instance, in the UK, banning sugary drinks in schools led to a noticeable drop in childhood obesity. And of course, use high-level vocabulary. Words like detrimental, eradicate, excessively, notably can give your writing the tone of a mature, academic voice. Writing Task 2 is your chance to shine with structure, logic, and lexical range, so make it count. Let's now talk about Speaking Part 1, which is your warm-up with the examiner. It's all about you, your daily life, hobbies, and opinions. You'll get about 4 to 5 simple questions on familiar topics. Here are the most likely topics for July 2025 based on recent IELTS examiner reports and test taker feedback. Your friends. Your hometown. Your favorite foods. Books or reading habits. What you do in your free time. Let's take one predicted question and see what a Band 9 response sounds like. Question: do you enjoy spending time with your friends? A Band 9 candidate would say something like this: absolutely. Hanging out with my friends is something I look forward to, especially after a hectic week. We often grab dinner or catch a movie together. It really helps me unwind and recharge. Now, what makes that a great answer? It's personal, not memorized. It sounds natural and relaxed, not robotic. It uses light filler words like absolutely, especially, and really. This makes the answer sound more fluent and native-like. Want to improve your score fast? Try practicing your answers with simple native-style fillers, like, well, honestly, to be fair, I'd say, you know. Just be sure not to overdo it. Keep it natural. And please don't memorize a textbook-style answer. Examiners can spot it immediately. Personal stories and real emotions always earn more points. So remember, in part 1, be relaxed, be yourself, and be conversational. Alright, now let's move on to IELTS Speaking Part 2, also known as the cue card round. This is your chance to speak for up to 2 minutes on a given topic. You'll have 1 minute to prepare, so use it wisely. Take notes, jot down keywords, and plan your structure before speaking. Here are the most predicted cue card topics for July 2025. Describe a house or apartment you'd like to live in. Describe a successful small business. Describe a crowded place you've visited. Let's take a closer look at one realistic predicted cue card. Cue card prompt. Describe a successful small business you know. You should say what the business is, where it is located, what it does, and explain why you think it is successful. Now here's how to approach this with a Band 9 strategy. Step 1, Introduction. Start naturally. Mention the name of the business and how you know about it. Step 2, Body. Describe what kind of products or services it offers, how long it has been operating, what makes it unique, and what its customer base looks like. Step 3, Conclusion. Share your personal impression. Why do you admire this business? Why do you think it's successful? Let me give you a Band 9 sample start. One small business that has really impressed me is a cozy cafe called Bean Bliss in my neighborhood. It started just 2 years ago and now it's the go-to spot for locals looking for great coffee and a warm atmosphere. The owners, a young couple, focus on organic ingredients and have built a loyal customer base. What makes this answer effective? It tells a story, not just a list of facts. It uses expressive, high-impact adjectives like cozy, loyal, and warm. It includes numbers, for example, they now serve 50+ regular customers daily. Want to impress the examiner? Paint a picture, describe the smell, sound, vibe. Vary your tenses, past for history, present for operations, future for plans. Add your personal opinion, that makes your speech authentic. Remember, IELTS examiners are looking for fluency, coherence, vocabulary, and your ability to develop ideas smoothly. Not perfection, but natural storytelling. Use your 1-minute prep time to jot these points. What, where, when, why it's impressive. And you're good to go. Now, on to speaking part 3, the discussion round. Here, the examiner will ask you more abstract questions related to the part 2 topic. Here are some example follow-up questions you might get. Why do small businesses succeed in some areas and fail in others? Do you think governments should provide more support to small businesses? When answering these, use a clear structure. First, give a direct opinion. Start by stating your view clearly. Second, extend your answer with reasons and examples to support your opinion. Third, avoid repeating words by using synonyms and varied sentence structures. Here's a Band 9 sample answer. I think location plays a key role. For example, businesses in city centers usually get more foot traffic, which boosts sales. In contrast, those in rural areas may struggle due to limited demand. Notice how the answer is concise, gives a reason, and uses contrast words like in contrast to link ideas. Before we finish, here are your golden tips to keep improving. Practice regularly with real past IELTS papers. Record yourself answering questions to track progress. Learn vocabulary specific to common IELTS topics. Use linking and signpost phrases to make your answers flow. Always revise your essays before submitting. If you want more Band 9 content, predictions, and expert tips, subscribe to American Council Academia. We offer weekly IELTS predictions, Band 9 model answers, real student success stories, practice tests and live workshops. Don't forget to like, share, and comment your IELTS exam date below. We'll send you personalized tips to help you ace your test. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your July 2025 IELTS exam. You've got this. See you in the next video.